Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Are you concerned about the safety of vaccines? In this video, I'll share differences between harmful bacteria, fungus, and viruses, common vaccines, how do traditional and mRNA vaccines work, vaccine efficacy, and vaccine safety facts and myths. Three major types of microorganisms include bacteria, fungus, and viruses. Your body and gut are home to trillions of good bacteria. Good gut bacteria are also called probiotic. There are also harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli that can cause serious illness or death. Other harmful bacteria include Listeria, Campylobacter, and Clostridium botulinum that causes botulism. Foodborne bacteria is a major cause of illness. Symptoms can be mild to life-threatening. Harmful bacteria are killed by cooking or reheating foods to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Many bacterial infections are cured by antibiotics. Antibiotics are not selective and kill bad and good bacteria. Like bacteria, there are good and bad fungus. Fungus includes yeasts. Fungal infections are treated by using antifungal medications. The third form of microorganism are viruses. Like bacteria and fungi, there are good and bad viruses. Most people are familiar with bad viruses that make them sick. Viruses cause a wide variety of diseases. Unlike bacteria and fungus, viruses are not living organisms. They need a host to replicate. The host can be a plant or animal. Without a host, a virus can only survive a few hours or days. Viruses enter the host cells and uses the cell's DNA to produce copies. Viruses are then transmitted from animal to animal or person to person by the exchange of bodily fluids or respiration. Respiratory viruses like cold and flu are transmitted by breathing, talking, coughing, and sneezing. Airborne viruses that can't find a host become inactive and are no longer infectious. Viruses that enter a host are attacked by the host's immune system. Immunity to a virus can be natural or artificial due to vaccines. For over 200 years, vaccines have prevented serious illness or injury and have saved the lives of millions of people around the world. The first vaccine, developed over 200 years ago, was against smallpox. Vaccines have been in use longer than antibiotics. Currently, there are more than a dozen vaccines against viral infections. Most are given between 1 to 15 months after birth. Some, like the flu vaccine, are given annually, while others are one-time or require a booster every 5 to 10 years. Before vaccinations, you either recovered or died from a viral infection. A person who recovers from a viral infection usually develops lifelong immunity to that strain of virus. Just like bacteria can become resistant to antibiotics, viruses can mutate, making a vaccine ineffective. Vaccines prepare the body's immune system to recognize and defend against a virus before it can replicate and cause serious illness or death. Vaccines trigger your immune system to create antibodies. Antibodies are Y-shaped proteins, also known as immunoglobulin. Until SARS-CoV-2, all vaccines were made using weakened or inactive viruses. Instead of weakened or inactive viruses, a new generation of vaccines use mRNA. mRNA stands for messenger RNA. RNA is the acronym for ribonucleic acid. Another nucleic acid is DNA. DNA contains the genetic information that makes each species and person unique. Your body also has mRNA that uses the information in your DNA and amino acids to make proteins. Coronavirus spikes are proteins. These protein spikes allow the virus to attach and fuse with cells. The virus can then enter the cell and use it to replicate. SARS-CoV-2 mRNA vaccines give the body information to make a harmless piece of the virus's spike protein. This triggers an immune response, creating antibodies against that strain of SARS-CoV-2. After creating the spike protein, the body breaks down and removes the mRNA instructions. Like traditional vaccines, the immune system is ready to make antibodies against the actual virus. mRNA vaccines are not totally new. They've been in work for decades to prevent flu, Zika, and rabies. The SARS-CoV-2 vaccine is the first mRNA vaccine to be approved for use. A future goal is replacing multiple vaccines now in use with one or more mRNA vaccines. This would greatly reduce the number of vaccines to protect against serious viral infections. The goal of all vaccines is to prevent serious illness requiring hospitalization by stopping the spread of the virus. Efficacy is how effective a vaccine protects a person from a virus versus someone who has not been vaccinated. Like the body's natural immune system, vaccines are not 100% effective. One person can catch a cold or flu virus and have mild symptoms, while another person infected by the same virus has severe symptoms requiring hospitalization. Your immune response depends on the health of your immune system and your overall health. A vaccine with a 90% efficacy means 10% of vaccinated people may experience mild to severe symptoms. There's a growing movement against vaccination. Thanks to 24/7 news and social media, vaccine misinformation reaches billions of people in seconds. Even when the information is proven to be false, many people continue to believe and share the false information. It doesn't matter the British surgeon who linked autism to the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine lost his license for undisclosed financial conflicts and ethical violations. Social media has made celebrities, chiropractors, and surgeons diet and vaccine experts. A common myth is that natural immunity is better than vaccine immunity. In some cases, natural immunity can produce a stronger immune response. In other cases, natural immune response does not prevent serious illness. Another myth is that vaccines have dangerous toxins like formaldehyde and mercury. Vaccines can have trace amounts of hazardous chemicals like 0.02 of a milligram of formaldehyde per dose. Formaldehyde is used to deactivate a virus. Floor coverings and furniture are a common source of formaldehyde. Another source is smoking and vaping. Formaldehyde levels in indoor and outdoor air is less than 0.03 parts per million. An adult dose of vaccine may have 0.4 milligrams of formaldehyde. By comparison, your body produces about 50,000 milligrams a day to make amino acids and for other functions. New technologies usually produce new myths, like mRNA vaccines alter your DNA. The fact is, no vaccine alters your DNA or chromosomes. Vaccines trigger your immune system to make antibodies for future protection. As I've shared, mRNA vaccines provide information to produce a part of a coronavirus's spike protein. The immune system then makes antibodies against that protein. mRNA does not alter your DNA. Another myth is that the COVID-19 mRNA vaccines have a microchip allowing government surveillance. The irony of this myth is that many people who believe it are comfortable posting their life story on social media. Then there's the "I don't need vaccines because antibiotics kill viruses." The fact is, antibiotics only kill bacteria. They do not kill viruses. The ultimate myth is that vaccines will kill you. It's true, vaccines are not 100% safe, but their safety record usually outweighs the risks. For most people, the side effects after receiving a vaccine are usually mild and only last 1 or 2 days. A small number of people do experience severe side effects that can include permanent injury or death. Like the microchip myth, some people feel the risk of having serious side effects is too high. They ignore facts like more people are injured and killed due to impaired drivers than from vaccines. Millions of people die prematurely every year due to lifestyle choices. Even the human immune system is not perfect. It can attack harmless plant pollens and human organs like the small intestine and pancreas. The immune system can overreact to viral infections, causing secondary infections like pneumonia. While vaccines are not 100% safe, they are more rigorously tested than most chemicals people put on and in their bodies daily. The FDA maintains a list of food and drug additives generally regarded as safe, but the key word is generally. Peanuts are generally regarded as safe, but some people have severe, life-threatening allergic reactions to peanuts. It's easier blaming a disability or death on vaccines than on excessive drinking, drugs, smoking, and dozens of other lifestyle choices. Vaccines not only protect you and your children, they protect your family, friends, co-workers, classmates, and the community. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching.